would spread out the way they did with teams beating some of the top teams, you guys losing a game as well. What was up?
I definitely didn't expect the teammate to play that well. They're doing really well this split, and I didn't expect it, and now they're doing pretty well, and we're catching up to it now.
All right, so it looked like you had some fun on Kalista that game. Now that it's going to be banned forever on out here, was that something you guys came into the day wanting to play, or just since people were playing it, you thought you'd give it a chance?
Kalista's my favorite champ right now, so I just want to play her whenever I can. So if I can't get her, I'll be kind of sad, but I just love playing her. She's just a really fun champion.
Well, unfortunately, you probably won't get to anymore. Now, you guys, you are going to play Piglet tomorrow with the rest of the team. 2 years ago, you got your chance to face off against them. How do you think you're going to fare tomorrow?
I don't know. From today, I think I can do pretty well tomorrow, but we'll just have to see how the games go.
All right, Wild Turtle, thank you very much. Congratulations on the win, and we're going to send it over to the guys at the analyst desk to break down the rest of the day.
Thank you, Riv. A pretty methodical game there by TSM as well. The guys at the caster desks touched on it already, but that level 2, the invade and the level 2 gank, I feel like really accelerated the game for TSM.
Big surprise. Team SoloMid goes mid early.
Triple mid.
Yeah, no longer SoloMid. It's
TTM.
like
Well,
team all
the
mid.
name is like a bait.
There it is.
You only think there's going to be one guy there.
There will never be more than one guy in that lane. You don't have to worry. No, but I definitely feel as though giving that early pressure to LeBlanc, as they mentioned, is they counterpicked the Morgana into it. So you have this idea that that's a lane for WinterFox that should be winning. It quickly gets put behind.
Yeah, and Jat was talking about it too. You shove that wave in really early as Morgana to get the level 2 and to get the pressure. So you know that wave is going to be past middle when you come to gank it at that early.
And then, of course, TSM, known for their rotations and things like that, they played the game out pretty much perfectly in the sense of extending ward pressure into the jungle, taking the outer turrets, putting Baron pressure, forcing WinterFox into a terrible bot lane inner turret trade for Baron.
Yeah, and I think even just to start it off before that, their lane swap, TSM, was a really good choice. Forcing someone who hasn't played competitive before, like Avalon, coming in. Lane swaps are one of the hardest things to get used to because that's not something you practice on an everyday basis, and we really saw it there. Seemed to have a hard time.
Yeah, and knowing the pressure and the aggression that two people can put on you, we saw the Kalista chase him all the way down the lane with the Annie. It was so far, and that's something you don't experience at all.
Avalon definitely struggled a bit today. As a matter of fact, all of the individuals that we spoke about in the first segment of the day seemed to struggle. Impact, Piglet, Avalon. So you have to wonder how quickly they're going to be able to adapt to this competitive scene.
Yeah, I'll give Avalon, he didn't buy a Magize this game.
He's got that on Impact.
A little bit of a bonus there for him. But everybody kind of fell flat, and I think it's a lot of adjustment period getting to be in this competitive scene in North America. And everybody that you talk to, it is slightly different here. But when you're on a completely different team, it's a completely different game. It feels completely different. You don't get lane swapped on the same way. Some people manipulate the jungle differently, and you're like, whoa, nobody ever does that. And just tiny little nuanced things that you're used to playing in solo queue show up or don't show up at all, and then you're completely thrown off your instincts.
I think it's a really expected result because so many teams made so many off-season moves, and everyone is scrambling at the end of the season right before we're about to start, trying to pick up people and getting all these last-minute acquisitions. Of course, they're going to have a rough start for all the people that are just coming over here. I mean, Team Impulse is a really good example because they just all threw together the team very, very recently, didn't even get to practice together. So a lot of these teams are experiencing similar issues.
Yep, rough start for some, solid starts for others. Early in the season. So everyone is very close in the standings. We're actually going to take a look at those and see how the table is set. So right now the LCS is divided into two groups. At the top, it's a 5-way tie for first, with the teams holding on to 2 wins and 1